let's say you got a cash flow at time 0, you're going to invest in a truck. You're going to buy a $60,000 truck, and it's going to give you profits in year 1 of 100 million, year 2 of 50 million, year 3 of 20 million, year 4 of 10 million. Then you guys know the value that you have to calculate, the NPV, and this is a very simple example, is going to be negative 60 plus the present value of all these cash flows. You get a required, RRR is just required rate of return. I just call it RRR.
What is RRR?
Required rate of return. So let's say you have a required rate of return of 7% to do a project. Then, alright, we're very serious. Okay, and let's talk about this conceptually for a second as well. If you've got a required rate of return of 7%, what we're going to do is we're going to discount these back for each period, and you guys can do this, so I'm not going to do the math here. It's just going to be, you know, like 100, what is it, minus, no, it's going to be 100 plus 0.07 raised to the negative 1 to get the NPV of that 100 million in year 1. And then, just to do it out, the 10 million plus 0.07, I'm sorry, 10 times 1.07 raised to the negative 4. Everybody cool with that? And that should have been, sorry, that's 100 times 1.07 to the negative 1. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Or, this is the same thing as saying 100 divided by 1.07 raised to 1. This is the same thing as saying 10 divided by 1.07 raised to 4. Is everybody cool with that?
Yes.
All right, so what, and just so you guys know for conceptual sake, what this tells you is, let's assume that the NPV on this project is positive 233, whatever. Would you take this project on?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, it depends. At least he says it. He said in class, anyways, it depends on whether or not your numbers and everything that you base your calculations on.
Right, assuming our calculations are correct, then it becomes a question, which we're not answering in this course, of does it fit your strategic, you know, of what you want to do.
You're usually subtracting costs too.
Right, that's our negative 60
Oh,
that we did to start with. All right, let's say, and I mean, conceptually, positive NPV projects, you take on, negative ones you don't take on. But you can get, and this is where, this is the nuance you guys have got to check out. Let's say your required rate of return for new projects is 13%. That's pretty high. That means you got to get past that hurdle for a project to be considered. So obviously, in a simple case, if it would cost you $100 to do something, and you expect at the end of the year to earn 114, well, we've got a positive NPV, right? Everyone sees that? But here's what you can do, right? Let's stick with that 100, and let's say at the end of the year, the value that you're going to get is 108. So, just doing the simple math in our heads, we can see we're not going to meet our required rate of return. We're going to have a negative NPV. Does everyone see that?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm the manager of a company, like let's say you're in a real world situation, what required rate of return would I have to have for me to have this as a positive NPV project?
107 or anything below 108.
Anything below 8%. If I had a 7% required rate of return, then this would give me a positive NPV. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Because I'm going to get essentially negative 100, and I'm bringing this back at 1 year, so it's going to be 108 divided by 1.0. You know, if it was 0.08 to 1, then I'm just going to get 100. If I did 7, then I'll get 101, which plus this will get me positive 1. Does everyone see that? Okay, cool. This is as far as I want to go with capital budgeting now. We can discuss it more tomorrow. Things get funky, which he said he wouldn't go over, so I don't want to really even show an example.